Embarrassing. It was an embarrassing loss. Give them all the credit. I mean, don't take any credit away from them. They came in here, took care of business. We got off to a great start. We're up. I think it was 24-15, and then they closed the first quarter on a 14-2 run. They carried over into the second quarter. Our bench came into the game, was awful tonight, and it just kind of fell apart from there. Awful effort. This is not who we've been, which gives me hope that we can hopefully turn the page and get back to being who we've been lately. We've been a very good team, one of the best teams in the NBA. But tonight, obviously, for whatever reason, just does not have that competitive fight, the energy, the sense of urgency that you really need to have right now. That's the most disappointing thing, Allie. With 10 games to go, every game is so important, and we just did not show up like a team intent on making the playoffs.
To your point, when that sense of urgency isn't there, as a coach, is there anything you can say with this team in the huddles, or what do you turn to?
Yeah, I mean, it's tough. If you got 10 games to go and you're a playoff hunt and you're coaching effort, you have some big problems. Once again, I'm not going to overreact because this isn't who we've been. We've been a very good basketball team lately, and I think we'll get back to that next game in Portland. But very disappointed that it happened tonight. And once again, we got off to a good start. I liked how we started the game. We were playing good basketball, both offensively and defensively. And then when we took our starters that went to our bench, things went south very, very quickly. We missed 18 layups tonight, and we missed a bunch at the end of that first quarter. And they were able to close down a 14-2 run, which kind of carried the momentum the rest of the way. Once again, embarrassed by the effort, feel bad, apologize to our fans. We had a bunch of great fans show up tonight, believing in this team, and obviously this is not the effort they were hoping for. So it's a tough night for us.
Anthony Davis, first game of the season, and again tonight, seems to be a hard task for the Denver Nuggets. How is he such a struggle?
Well, I think he's a tough task for every team. He's a great player. Obviously, for him to go out there and get 31 in 28 minutes tonight, he was scoring on Wilson. And they all scored easy. I mean, they shot 50% for the game. They got whatever they wanted. They got 18 second chance points on 10 offensive rebounds. We just did not have the urgency and the energy and the aggressiveness needed to get this win. And once again, hopefully we can get it back while we go to Portland.
Offensively, how much of it was New Orleans defense versus maybe you guys just not having it?
Yeah, I mean, no disrespect to them. I thought it was definitely more us. The first 7 minutes of the game, we had it. We got 24 points. Nicole made his first 3 shots. We were aggressive. The ball was moving. After that, it was really short-lived, Chris. We became very easy to guard. Obviously, we're taking the ball out of the net quite a bit, which doesn't help, but no pace, no purpose, no aggressiveness, no cutting. And when we just stand around, just like any other team, and we allow them to guard us very easily. They're a good defensive team, but once again, we were not ourselves tonight on either end of the floor. And that is really perplexing considering the circumstances and where we are in the season.
Jokic had that hot start and then he cooled off a little bit. Is that just an instance of a rare cold streak in them?
Yeah, you know what? I thought, not just Nicola, but our whole team, I thought we became somewhat of a soft team at times. We don't have soft players, but I thought tonight we stopped attacking. His first 3 baskets were aggressive to the basket, physical, and scoring. After that, we were settling for jump shots. We weren't driving. We weren't collapsing. We weren't creating triggers by putting 2 on the ball. And when that happened, we just become a jump shooting team. And that's not who we are. That's not who we've been. So once again, it was a tough night for Nicola. It was a tough night for all of us. And I'm just hoping that we can turn the page, get on that plane tomorrow, and play a much better brand of basketball starting in Portland, which is going to be a very important road trip for us, obviously.
After just a deflating loss, how do you bounce back against Portland? What are you going to do to get the guys ready for that kind of games?
We just got to get back to playing the way we've been playing for a long period of time. I mean, that's why I'm not going to overreact to this loss. As disappointed and angry as I am, I take a step back from it and say, you know what, we played great basketball. We beat some of the best teams in the NBA. And I think, we have one of the top 7 or 8 records in the NBA. But, tonight is an example of you just can't show up. You just can't show up and think, okay, we're going to get a win tonight. One of the best players isn't playing. Oh, it's going to be easy. No, it's never easy in the NBA. You know how hard it is to win a game in the NBA? And that's the most disappointing thing, once again, with 10 games to go in a playoff race, and we showed up like the game didn't matter. and that can't happen. That can't be us.
How big is this upcoming game in Portland, just with the standings how they are and the tiebreakers?
It's big because it's the next game. That's the only reason why. I mean, we haven't looked at standings the whole time. We're not going to start looking at it now because it's Portland. We take it one game at a time. The game in Portland is the biggest game of the season because it's the next game, and that's the only reason why.
You've been successful this season, especially lately with that rotation, but the bench has kind of struggled to create offense. Are you considering any changes in the starting unit?
No, not really. Obviously, we need our bench to play better than they have tonight. Obviously, in the Indiana game, they struggled a little bit as well. But we need Will Barton to create that offense. Trying to put Gallo with that group a little bit to have a guy that we can play through. But tonight we got great looks. I mean, Mason missed 3 or 4 layups in that first quarter. Shots at the rim that he normally finishes. So, we're not going to overreact because of one loss. By no means is it time to panic. Again, I can't reiterate it enough. We have played very good basketball. Tonight was a really disappointing effort. Turn the page. Let's get ready for Portland.
Thank you.